everybody, and welcome back to SC2VN. Last time we recruited our first player. I think his name was Stunt, and that was pretty interesting. Let me move my camera just a little bit. Okay. Well, we recruited Stunt, and it turns out that his mom actually was the manager or owner of the PC Bang that we played him at, which explains a lot. But yeah, he joined our team, and now we are off to find our second player. So I step outside and suck in a deep breath, relieved. The warm afternoon air is sweet and feels good in my lungs. One down. The stairway to my apartment was empty as usual. Sometimes it feels like I'm the only person living in this building. Isolation was a major concern when I was first thinking about coming overseas. If my Korean wasn't passable, it'd practically be impossible for me to be anything but lonely. That's something I don't need to worry about anymore, I suppose. Seoul's proven to be vibrant, crowded, and busy. Everything my life back home wasn't. Something as simple as crossing the street can be exciting for someone who has never been in an urban environment for more than a few hours at a time. It sounds stupid, but it's true. Still, before meeting Excel and Jet, I barely talked to anyone offline. StarCraft's one-on-one nature doesn't exactly lend itself to social introductions. It'd be easy to get in touch with the foreigner community out here, but I have very little desire to skulk around bars with jaded English teachers and washed-up businessmen. Why bother? I sink into my chair and jam the spacebar a few times to wake up my PC. I practiced enough to build in Zonefire after recruiting Stunts, so I don't bother loading up StarCraft. Jet was pleased to hear about my new pickup, told me it was smart to hold off on telling Stunt who she was too. I'm sure she'll announce her plans on her own time. She'll have to once we pick up our last player at any rate. With a few clicks, I'm staring at a common StarCraft fan site. The most interesting stuff that goes on in the scene gets posted here, and what people vote as best rises to the top of the page. I often don't visit the Korean community sites. I like them just fine, but I prefer to read English when I get the chance. But no matter where you choose to get your StarCraft news, you'll find no shortage of netizens sure in their opinions on which player is awful or why the game is imbalanced. Today seems to be no exception. A foreign pro gamer just called it quits, and the comments about him are ridiculously scathing. LMAO, good riddance. The dude was washed up anyway. Left the scene without a GG. Typical. Sure, he was underperforming recently, but people forget just how much time and passion gets put into even a mediocre professional's career. The worst part is that most of the people who are talking smack are either low leaguers or don't play the game at all. I take out my phone hoping to find something on it to distract me from the mindless masses. No texts, no new emails. Same as when I was checking 15 minutes ago. I get you, I understand. There's times that I find myself checking my phone and I'm like, what? Why isn't anybody contacting me? And then I realize, well, it's only been like 10 minutes, so it doesn't make sense, really. It's been a while since I chatted with my friends from back home. Most of them know about my eSports aspirations, but none of them really get it. There's two reactions when someone learns that you play video games full-time. Either they roll their eyes or they tell you how lucky you are. I think that's actually pretty real too, I imagine. Because I find a lot of people are really skeptical about it because they don't understand that, with the new generation, there are new ways to make a living. A lot of people look at video games as a pastime, something that you do to escape the real world. But they won't quite understand that sometimes video games are the real world for you. Like people like PewDiePie and Markiplier and all them who are actually making a living doing these videos. And then on the other side of the coin, you have people who are actually out there playing pro eSports all the time, making a living doing that. And it's like, why is it so hard to believe? I just don't get it. It's like video games aren't just for kids anymore. Why don't people understand that video games are for everybody? It doesn't matter who you are or what gender you are, how old you are. It doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter in the age, kind of sometimes. I mean, obviously, I wouldn't let a 10-year-old play Grand Theft Auto 5, but you get the point. It's like, why is it so hard to believe that video games are actually like a way to make money? It's like, especially since it's obvious that people who are good at computers can make a living doing that. Why is it so hard to believe that the same is true for gaming? I don't know. I don't want to get into a rant, but you get my. I hope you understand my point. You know, I don't understand. So, society, man, society. Okay, I've tried to explain to the latter that playing StarCraft really isn't fun in the traditional sense. Winning can be satisfying, but the game is too stressful to actually be called fun, at least for me. It beats a boring minimum wage job, but it sure as hell isn't easy and pays less for all but the best. Yeah, they don't mention that between games on Starlink streams. Pretty much everyone I went to high school with is enrolled in college. When I hear about their great social lives and internships, I can't help but feel jealous. I'll probably end up going eventually. It's not like I can make a living from games when I'm 30. 5 or 6 years to StarCraft, and then you're left with the dregs of your prize money and sore wrists, and hopefully some friends and fond memories. With a look back at the computer screen, I notice that my inbox has a message awaiting. I click, and I'm staring at a piece of fan mail. A piece of fan mail, first I've received in a month. Maybe it's inaccurate to call it fan mail, considering I've known this guy since before I started playing StarCraft in high school. Stream? So what if 10 people can watch me play faceless barcodes all day? Pointless. Maybe if I got enough viewers to make some money. He and I really didn't even talk back in school. It wasn't until he found out about my StarCraft skill after graduation that he tried to become my friend. I massaged my temples, frustrated. All that message did was put me in a bad mood. Most of the people who follow StarCraft know less about the game itself than they do about the people playing it. I don't like that I'm expected to constantly bear the scrutiny of strangers. The community is what keeps the scene alive. I know it's wrong to loathe it, but simply knowing that doesn't make it any easier not to. With an impatient click, my PC groans off. I climb under my sheets and settle in for an early night's rest. The search continues tomorrow. I wake to the sound of rain against my window, judging by the light it's morning. It dawns on me that I was supposed to play stunned in a few practice games last night. Whoops, probably not a great move to blow off the player I just recruited. Breakfast this morning is cold as usual, or at least since I took a chance on some street food. It was actually pretty good, but I ended up sick for a few days. I'm stuck with cereal in the morning since then. I hope everything is working out on Jet's end. Good management and even a single sponsor will take us a long way. All I can do is focus on the task at hand, finding talent. I put away my bowl once I've emptied it and locked my apartment on the way out. My sweatshirt's hood held up against the rain for most of the way, but my hair ended up soaked in the end. I shake my head dry once I'm inside, much to the annoyance of the guy at Golden Zone Fire's front desk. The cafe is largely empty on most weekdays, at least before school's let out. With a bit of searching, I find Excel reclined drowsily in a computer chair that he must have wheeled over to the lounge area. I'll bet he'd rather be sleeping in at the Crash Team house, but Excel said he didn't have time to come meet me any later. He yawns and waves me over. I pull up a chair from a nearby PC and sit beside him. Plenty to choose from when this place is empty. Did they not have umbrellas outside of Korea? No, everyone just sprints from place to place if it rains. So anyway, Sun agreed? Yeah, it'll make the next pickup even easier since I've actually got another player to point to. I wish Jet would hurry up and ditch her team already. Excel raises an eyebrow and shakes his head at me. She can't do that yet. Jet has a contract. It has to be over soon though, right? Why else would she be putting together a team if she wouldn't be able to play on it? They vary, but most contracts last either 6 months or a year. Best case scenario, she'll be free at the end of the month. That makes sense. The Victory Star League won't let anyone with a contract play without their team's approval. Maybe there's no rule against registering ahead of time? Whatever. I'm sure that Jet has this figured out already. Right, yeah. Anyway, you said you got a lead on the next player, right? Oh, that's me. Yep, guy named Reva. Foot's in and out of the top 8 at the ladder. He's won at least a dozen online tournaments this year. Wow, what races he play? Here's the best part. He plays all 3. His Terran is the strongest, but he's known to switch between races during a long set. He'll even play random. Reva plays Zerg, Terran, and Protoss? Wow, that sounds too good to be true. But this is where he gets weird. He's never turned up to a tournament in person. Only plays online. Some people speculate that Reva is just an alias for a top player. I'm not convinced though. He's got a very specific playstyle. It's almost like playing against a highly advanced AI. Strong mechanically, but only goes for standard macro games. So how am I gonna get in touch with them? Other teams had to have gone after I played it that good. It won't be easy, but I've got a plan. Not another bet match, please. Hey, it worked, didn't it? No, not this time. River's on a mean win streak in an online king of the hill. 12 wins in a row. Granted, most of his games have been against foreigners. It's based in Europe, so it's a weird hour for us. Point is, you're going to enter tonight. Tonight? So I beat him and then use that to convince him to join the team? Hold on, I didn't say anything about beating him. I mean, if you do, I'm not going to complain. You're going to play an honorable macro game. River hates anything that's not standard. Cheese, rushes, aggressive timings, all-ins, one-based builds, that sort of thing. So you're going to play a slow, economy-based game instead. But if I play a game in the exact style he's used to, won't I get stomped? Maybe, but it's your only chance to get on his good side. Play him, show off your skills, chat him up, and recruit him. You make it sound so easy. Hey, find your own players if you don't like it. I'm sure there are tons of strategy forums Scrub's willing to try out. He does have a point. Guess I'm staying in tonight. Fine. By the way, what are you so busy with this afternoon? Team League practice. Gotta drill a Zerg of ours to snipe the Team King Terran Ace. The match is half a week away. Until then, practice. That's how we do it. Beneath his easy facade, I can tell that Excel doesn't seem too pleased by the circumstance. Right then. Any final tips against River before I go practice for tonight? Yeah, hope you like mech. It's all I can do not to groan. My favorite. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and say goodbye for today. I will be back with more SC2VN later on. Thank you all for watching. If you like this video, please like. If you didn't, please dislike. If you did like it, please subscribe. Subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, I will see everybody on the flip side.